You are watching live national coverage of the 2010 Breeders' Crown on this Saturday night, October 9th, from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Oh, what a great racing area this is now here at Pocono Downs, of course, and the great harness racing event that we have here. And about 20 miles down the road is Pocono Raceway, home of NASCAR in Pennsylvania, and one of the great resort areas in all of America, and easy to find off the Northeast Turnpike if you're ever in this part of Northeast Pennsylvania. And along those lines, let's welcome back Jennifer Sherlock right now, who has more on this beautiful facility and kind of its coming out night after, 40-some years in operation, really coming into its own. Jennifer?
Thanks, Lou. The Poconos has it all, from skiing to NASCAR racing to this beautiful track here at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. It is some of the best harness racing in the world, and surprisingly, it's always been that way. 45 years ago, Pocono Downs opened its doors to more than 12,000 fans. Rich stakes races like the Max Hempt, the Reynolds, and the James Lynch are battled over the famously fast red clay oval. And with purses as high as $16 million a meet, Pocono has attracted A-list stars, both human and equine, which in turn has led to count them, 6 world records for a 5/8 mile track.
The biggest secret in our business has been they've had the best racetrack in the country. It's always been a great racetrack. They got one of the best trackmen in the country. And it's just been a secret. Nobody knows it till they go there and race a couple times, you know what I'm saying? And then they start finding out. Now, you get awful red on a muddy night, but it's just a great, and then they built that state-of-the-art paddock, and we went from there. You know, it's just evolved to where we're at today.
I raced there when they had the little wood paddocks outside, and there was no heat. It's just amazing what Mohegan Sun did over there. You know, they went from new management to, that new paddock they built. It's heated and it's got flat TV screens. It's just prime time racing. It's just beautiful what they did over there, and, we're just thankful to have it.
Obviously, the quality of racing has improved big time over the past 4.5 decades. But what's happening on the red clay racetrack isn't the only thing that's changed with the times. The Northeastern Pennsylvania track has seen several different owners, but it was in 2005 that Mohegan Tribal Gaming Authority bought it for $280 million. And a year later, the first casino in Pennsylvania was opened. Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs has set a standard in casino entertainment.
The whole facility, I mean, you just can't compare it to years ago, and they've done a wonderful job, the Mohegan Tribal Gaming Authority, of putting money into the place and really making this one of the places to race in America now. In the old days, 1965, racing was just introduced, parimutuel racing, into the area, and at that time they had a short meet, started around Memorial Day, ended at Labor Day, and 12,000 people would come out. 16,000 people plus came out to the races to watch the inaugural here at Mohegan Sun at Pocono.
So 45 years ago, the cost of this Pennsylvania standardbred facility was $7 million. Interestingly enough, that's what the purses will total tonight, as the excitement of a first-class casino joins with the action of an entire card of the best talent in the world of harness racing.
You could feel it ramping up, even at the races. You could feel the excitement every night, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it in any way possible. So I think all the fans can feel it as well.
And I'm here with Bobby Soper, President and CEO of Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Bobby, this event has allowed you to showcase this great casino and track on a national and international level. How does it make you feel?
No, it's exciting. This track has always had a history of, great racing, great turf, and to, combine the first-class image and brand of Mohegan Sun with the great history of Pocono Downs is exciting for this property.
I'm sure. And what preparations have, Pocono Downs undergone just to get ready for this huge event?
Well, there's a lot into it. I mean, the team has done a great job here in conjunction with the Hamiltonian Society, the Pennsylvania Harness Horsemen Association, promoting it, getting the property ready. A lot of effort. It's been almost 12 months.
That's amazing. Well, it's here. You must be feeling the excitement and enjoying yourself.
No, it is a great day. It is a great day for Northeast Pennsylvania, for the Commonwealth, and for horse racing in the Commonwealth.
And The event has allowed harness racing, it's brought it to a whole new level. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's, we never thought this day would be here. And I tell you, it's a lot of positive feedback from, all those in the racing industry, all those, in the Commonwealth, and to showcase it at this property is exciting for us.
Well, congratulations. Back to you guys.
A great cooperative effort between the folks here and the state of Pennsylvania and the Horsemen's Association in general. In fact, Governor Rendell estimates that 64,000 jobs in Pennsylvania are generated out of the harness horse racing industry alone, adding almost $5 billion to the local economy.
It's become the capital of the world. The harness world is Pennsylvania.
3 great tracks, including one in our hometown at Harrah's in Chester, where we broadcast just a couple of months ago. Yeah, live from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, it's the Breeders' Crown 2010 from Wilkes-Barre, the Pocono Resort area. Proud to bring it to you live all across the nation, by the way, also being simulcast in New Zealand and Australia, where they're betting and wagering right along with us tonight. I'm Lou Tilley, along with Steve Ross, host of Pennsylvania Harness Week, former track announcer at the old Liberty Bell Park, where they actually ran one Breeders' Crown race.
They did.
Back in the 80s. And Steve, you had some interesting thoughts on what we've seen so far as we come down to the last 2 Breeders' Crown races of the evening.
If you're a bettor, this is betting nirvana, because you can see what's happening. There's been a lot of great prices. Why does that happen, Lou? Because this is the best talent, and the best talent is going for a lot of money. So nobody's out there for a tightener. Nobody's out there for exercise. Nobody trying to get revved up or amped up. They're out there going for the big money, and everybody's going, and the best horses are there. So this is what it's great.
Next up, it's $500,000. The Breeders' Crown, the male open pace. Let's take a quick run through the field, Steve.
Shark Gesture, he's going to be overbet. He's going to be the favorite from the rail. Foiled again, Yannick Gingras 7-2. Comes off a track record-setting performance at Harrington last time out in the Bobby Quillen. Better Sweet, Brian Sears at 10-1. Hypnotic Blue Chip, who's gone the fastest mile of any pacer this year, 147-2 at the Meadowlands. Won the West. Dave Miller at 3-1. He is an ultra consistent sort, never off the board in 2010. Liss again at 10-1 with Andy Miller. Clear Vision, Ron Pierce, Red Hot Tonight. Blue Ridge Western, Dan Dubé at 15-1. There's your field.
Hypnotic Blue Chip in a memorable moment blitzing past Shark Gesture in the U.S. Pacing Championships. One of the horses that we'll be keeping an eye on. And again, back to your point about the money here, Steve. I think you made a comment about not trying to. They're not trying to just find a place in the money. They're going for the big prize here.
And they're pointing to these races. And when you have the best against the best, you're going to get the best result. And the prices are really great. Hypnotic Blue Chip, as you see, 3-1 odds, and he just has a big league shot. As we mentioned before, he had a big race at the Meadowlands where he beat Shark Gesture. Shark Gesture is going to be very tough to beat from the rail, but if any horse can beat him, it is the 4, Hypnotic Blue Chip, with Jody Jamieson in the sulky.
And 16% of the time in the last 3 years, if you come out of the 4 gate, you're a winner. 16% of the time, the 1 starting position is the next best.
Right, the 4 holes.
And there's the 1 horse, the Shark Gesture. Yeah.
And there he is, dun 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 dun, the Shark, and he is the man. And I'm sure he's even money now.
1-1, yeah.
And yet he's deserved it. He'll go over $3 million in earnings if he wins this particular race. But he's a tough nut to crack. And from the reel, he's going to be doubly tough. But it is a top field with all the best free-for-all pacers in America in this race coming up.
And what kind of strategy are these drivers contemplating right now based on what they've seen? We heard Tetrick say earlier that it's kind of been a night of upsets and it affected the way he drove his race.
Well, I think what's going to happen is I think Shark Gesture is going to leave out of there. Foiled again is going to try and probably get the 2-hole. I think it's going to set it up well for Won the West, who always fires his best shot, and he will just be probably, I figure, a second over trip. It's going to come down to, very simply, is Shark Gesture from the rail, can he be beaten? I think he's going to be overbet. We'll have to see.
Open pace for males, $500,000 at stake. And let's take a look at the updated track odds, and a huge handle, by the way, being laid down by the 10,000 fans here tonight.
Yep, Shark Gesture from the rail, even money, and deservedly so. Foiled again, a generous overlay at 8-1 from the 2. Better Sweet at 18-1, ambitiously placed, I think. And Hypnotic Blue Chip 5-2, Won the West also at 5-2 too. Liss again 39-1. Clear Vision 41-1. Not much of a chance. Blue Ridge Western 75-1. The inside is going to be the tough part here.
I love to play the names, and if you're looking for an upset, how about Foiled Again? Curses for short. Heather's down with an interview in the winner's circle beforehand. In the paddock, pardon me, not the winner's circle. A little premature on my part. Let's get on to Heather Moffett right now.
Hey guys, yes, I'm here with Ron Burke. He's a trainer of Foiled Again and Won the West. You know, this is pretty good for you. The horses are on a 5/8 mile track. That helps your horses out a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I think it brings Shark Gesture back to us a little bit, and maybe even Hypnotic Blue Chip. You know, my horses are more the small track specialists, and you know, I think they both will acquit themselves well here. It's, you know, it seems like tonight it's all about Trip.
There's a little rumor going around that Won the West has a girlfriend named Ginger and Fred. Is that right?
Yeah, no, they're pretty good, and you know, that's all for Sarah. Sarah keeps them things of hers all tight and in together, so that whole group gets along.
Thank you, Ron, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Wow, what is she getting at there, Steve?
That's my girl. That's Heather. That's her.
All right, I like Hypnotic Blue Chip. I really went out on a limb.
Yeah, you did.
And you like the
I think
upset,
Foiled Again at 8-1. It's a very generous price. I like it, and from the 2-hole, I think has a legit shot to beat the horse. Heather has the 5, Won the West, who should get a great trip here. Gray goes with Shark Gesture, as does Jennifer.
Well, there's a trend. Is Ron Burke that tall, or did Heather take her high heels off?
I think she was on her knees or something, because he was a huge guy. Here comes the big race.
Sam McKee will have the call of race number 12 in the Breeders' Crown tonight. $500,000 at stake. Take it.
It is post time. The open pacers, a field of 8 all lined up. Every nose is on the gate as they head into the backstretch for what figures to be a shootout with $500,000 on the line. The best older pacers in the sport, and they are approaching the start. And they're off, and Liss again is charging out from the outside for Andy Miller, trying for the lead. Shark Gesture looking to protect the rail, hustling hard for George Brennan, and Won the West came away well. He's racing in 3rd, and he'll have room to drop in just in front of Foiled Again, who came out in 4th. Better Sweet on the inside 5th. Hypnotic Blue Chip is 6th in the early stages, followed up by Clear Vision, and Blue Ridge Western is the trailer. It hits the Shark leading the way, and George Brennan has the gas pedal down on Shark Gesture. How about 26-2 for the opening quarter, but he broke. Shark Gesture goes off stride. Liss again was forced wide around him, so Won the West inherits the lead, passing the stands for the first time. A roughed up Liss again is first up on the outside, and Foiled Again is right there in the garden spot 3rd. Better Sweet rides the pylons up into 4th. Hypnotic Blue Chip racing 5th and edging to the outside. Clear Vision is 6th and behind him. Then Blue Ridge Western, and a costly break by Shark Gesture, and he trails the field. The half in 54-3, so Won the West is in control as they head onto the back stretch. He's using Liss again as a pick to block any outer flow from developing. Foiled Again is right there. He'll take his chances late. Hypnotic Blue Chip is 2nd over on the outside, maybe forced 3 wide a bit early as Liss again starts to retreat, and Hypnotic Blue Chip is 3 deep on the outside, so the tactical advantage to Won the West, and Dave Miller quickens on the lead as they hit 3 quarters in 1:22-1. Hypnotic Blue Chip trying to chase him down on the outside is now just a neck from the front for Jody Jamieson. Foiled Again looms the danger in the pocket, and Better Sweet is racing in 4th on the outside. It's Won the West in mid-stretch who leads the way. Foiled Again is in behind. Better Sweet and Hypnotic Blue Chip. Won the West is almost there. Dave Miller, Won the West, win the Breeders' Crown. Back-to-back seasons for Won the West. Foiled Again was 2nd. I believe Better Sweet 3rd. 149 flat.
Wow.
149 flat, and just before we started, Steve Ross said this will be one of our fastest paces of the night. But boy, some things you just can't anticipate there, Steve.
No, and you know, Shark Gesture, the problem I have with Shark Gesture was on the turns. Doesn't handle the turns well. Okay, as you'll see, there's Shark Gesture going on a break. Cuts a 26-2 opening sparkling quarter, and then on the first turn makes that break. Won the West, inherits the lead, and is not a traditional front runner. But as it turned out in this particular race, here's the finish. Won the West has the lead. Liss again starts to back off. I thought that Foiled Again, sitting behind him in the 2-hole, would have a big shot here. And that's Hypnotic Blue Chip on the outside. But when Dave Miller asks him, he just goes on. and he holds sway to the wire, and it's won the West the second year in a row that he has won this Breeders' Crown. Excellent. Good job.
Won the West, unofficial time at 1:49 even. We'll have the official results, and we'll talk with the winning trainer and driver when we come back from the Poconos and Pocono Downs. Another beautiful Breeders' Crown trophy being awarded, and not to mention some spectacular prize money here as we continue with our live coverage of the Breeders' Crown 2010 Won the West, the 5-horse with David Miller, the driver, bringing him home on top of this field. The trainer Ron Burke, who Heather spoke with just before the start of the race. Let's go down now to Greg Blanchard and his analysis of our latest champion.
Well, we thought year-end honors could be hanging in the balance in this particular division tonight, and we thought it would be a battle between Shark Gesture and Won the West. We're going to show you the early portions of the race. As expected, Shark Gesture is on the lead, but like he did in the Canadian Pacing Derby in Canada, he's going to make a break in stride, a costly break right here. Won the West did get away in good early position, but once Shark Gesture takes himself out of the race, Dave Miller from there is able to put Won the West on the lead and control things from there. This is an iron tough warrior. This is career win number 32. He is the richest active pacer in the sport, now well over $3.3 million. And once he got to the lead, again, able to control the fractions in the third quarter, you could see David Miller looking over his right shoulder all the way through the backstretch just to make sure he had everybody where he wanted them. And when he turned from home, he asked the big horse for more, and he gets the response. 149 back-to-back crown titles, guys, for this guy. And speaking of Dave Miller, he's joining me now, and we're able to get him in here, Dave, and congratulations, first of all. Now, this is back-to-back crown titles for Won the West. You didn't drive him last year, Jim Morrill Jr., but you've got the horse back this year, and he's just a marvel. He never seems to throw in a bad race.
No, you're right there. I can't say enough about him. His consistency and his determination and willing, it's just it's a pleasure to be associated with him.
Now tonight it was a little bit of an adventurous trip, especially in the early going. Walk us through it from your perspective.
Well, I left the gate and I was kind of seeing what Andy was going to do, and then I looked over and George, he was shooting up the inside right off the wings there pretty hard, and I felt right in the 2-hole, which was great. And around the first turn, I couldn't have been happier where I was sitting. Then next thing I know, George's horse made a break, and left me on the lead. When I first started driving the horse, they told me that he's not really good on the lead, but once again, the horse, he knows how to win, and he does his job.
Going up the backstretch, it looked like you had full control of the race. You're simply looking around to make sure where everybody was. Was that the case? Did you feel at that point you were a winner?
Yeah, when Andy was on the outside of me there, I wasn't going to turn him loose. So at that point, I was thinking, well, they got to get around Andy first, So up the backstretch, Andy's horse started letting up, so I was trying to give my horse a breather, and I seen Jody go 3 wide with hot shot or hypnotic blue chip, and I asked him. He started right up top of the stretch. I pulled the string on the plugs and he took right off. I mean, he's just amazing.
It is amazing. He's a back-to-back crown winner. He's the richest active horse in the sport right now, but he never seems to get the level of respect some of the others do. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Well, I think people are going to start taking more notice of him here. This makes his 3rd year at this level, and I mean, he's been ultra consistent, and now he's beating them, so he should earn the respect.
All right, congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you.
Dave Miller won the West, getting it done. Winning trainer Ron Burke is standing by with Heather.
That's right, Greg. I gotta say, yeah, I'm totally a good luck charm, right? All right, now, you've trained a lot of great horses. I gotta ask, do you make Won the West look good, or does he make you look good?
No, he makes all of us look good. I mean, we have good horses, we have great owners, and it's, a team. So, we all probably make each other look, not as dumb as we really are.
He's made over $3 million, and this is his 2nd Breeders' Crown win in a row. What's he like to train? Is he an easy one, or is he kind of tough on you?
No, he's a nice horse. He spends most of his time in Jersey, and the Jersey barn has done a wonderful job with him. Sarah's unbelievable, the amount of time she puts in with her. So, I can't say enough about them, what they've done to help us with that horse.
Thanks so much, Ron. Back to you guys.
Another Breeders' Crown handed out, this time in the open pace for males. And the winner, the 5-horse, Won the West, $760, $3.280. Foiled again. Curses, Steve.
Again? Can you believe it? 440 and 320 on the end. And the show spot went to Bittersweet, a bomber who paid $7 on the end. The 5-2 exacta returned $27, and the trifecta was good too. Won the West wins the race the second year in a row, and that was an amazing thing because Won the West could not beat Shark Gesture in the beginning of the year. Could not beat him, and now he's beating him pretty well.